United States here in the days ahead. I did want to take this time to focus really on the midweek storm. So there's actually 3 storms of interest. First one occurring now, it is bringing wintry weather. There are winter weather advisories. There are winter storm warnings that are in effect across portions of the central United States. We'll take a look at this one, and then we'll really focus our attention on the midweek storm, which looks like it's really going to pack a punch for parts of the middle Atlantic and maybe the Appalachians, where I think we're looking at somewhere in the order of about 1 to 2 feet of snow, 1 to 2 feet of snow. So I think this will be an impressive system. It is about 7:52 right now. This segment should run approximately 10 minutes in length. We'll see how that goes. But thank you very much for being on. Let's go ahead and get you started, taking a look at what's happening across, the U.S. Well, we've got the cold air. We've been waiting for it. It's been gradually making inroads into the lower 48s here in recent weeks. And now we're starting to see the ingredients you would normally expect as you roll on into the winter season. And that will, in fact, lead to a pretty good bet for some snowfall, some heavy-duty snowfall for parts of the eastern United States. Taking a look at what's happening with the jet stream winds right now, we've got several disturbances in those mid and upper level jet stream winds. The first one I'll point out to you is this feature located across the southern plains. That is storm number 1. Storm number 2 just now entering the Pacific West Coast right now. That's the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and Washington. And then if you look further out into the open Pacific, there's actually a third, and this one's about a week away for the Northeast. Big questions about that one, but the one that will definitely be significant, again, is the one that's expected to arrive here as we go throughout the middle portions of this coming week. Right now, this is where you can see the enhanced infrared satellite imagery showing you where we've got low pressure, where we've got a pretty potent storm already impacting portions of the central to southern U.S. right now. A lot of rain on the eastern side of this and some severe weather. In fact, at last check, there were active severe thunderstorm warnings all up and down the lower Mississippi River Valley, and I'll show you that coming up here in just a couple of moments. Here's a look at the current radar, focusing on that area where we do have not just severe thunderstorm warnings, but they've actually issued tornado warnings, which, for those that were unaware, this is a secondary severe weather season. It typically begins at the very end of October. It will run through at least the first half of December, where you do typically see a spike in severe weather. They're warning everything. I do see spinning along that line. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the severe threshold or the severe potential here, because we want to talk more about that snow potential. But just know, with that line of strong thunderstorms, there's the possibility of a spin-up tornado, where they've broad blanketed tornado warnings that are in effect, and this is to the west of New Orleans tonight, approaching Baton Rouge. But that section of central and into southern portions of Louisiana, where you are seeing, again, the inclement weather. All right, let's take a look at the broader perspective. We'll bring up our other radar source here. And here you go. There's the storm as we put it into motion for you. Lots of active weather, obviously, across Louisiana right now. Look at all of the rain further north across portions of Dixie, making its way into the Ohio River Valley. And then there's the wintry side of the storm, now beginning to exit portions of Oklahoma. We've got northern Arkansas, southern portions of Missouri seeing snowfall. And parts of that region have already reported about a half foot of snow. In fact, National Weather Service out of Tulsa says we've got 6 inches of snow. This is reported in Carroll County, Arkansas. We've got 6.5 inches of snow, Benton County, Arkansas. So that's far northwestern Arkansas, where there are winter storm warnings taken off the radar. You can see where the warnings are located. where we've got winter storm warnings right there in northwestern Arkansas, and then in southern sections of Missouri, northwestern half of Arkansas, and far eastern, southeastern Oklahoma. That's a winter weather advisory. So it's pretty busy. It's pretty busy out there. I'll take a couple comments, and then we'll move into some weather modeling. Got a small crowd on here. We appreciate everybody for stopping by. Got Jim Perry in the house. He says the video is blurred. Audio is good. Video isn't blurred, says Jim. It is or it isn't. Okay. I've got Paul on here from Scottsville, New York. Thank you very much for being on here tonight, Paul. Here's a look at kind of a rough guideline. System 1 tracking across the south right now. And this one's not going to create a ton of snow. I think the most impacted region will be that part of Arkansas where we've already picked up, again, locally 6 inches. We get a lull in here as we head on into your Monday. Things will be quiet. We've got some lake effect snow showers off of the eastern Great Lakes. But storm number 2, you can see that here. And that's a pretty strong low pressure, making its way from Texas, East Texas, and then it lifts right up through the Appalachians. And that's the storm that I think is going to provide, again, that possibility of some heavy snowfall as we head on into the middle portion of this week, specifically Wednesday and Thursday. Appalachians, Mid-Atlantic, look out. This could be a whopper where I think cities like D.C., maybe New York City, Baltimore, Philadelphia, you could be looking at a very significant snow event for the middle portions of this week. A week, just 1 week ahead of the official start to winter, which winter, I believe, begins officially 1 week from today. You can see this is the European forecast model I'm showing you as it just kind of scoots that system. This is the current system. You can see it scoots it very quickly to the east. This one, again, it's just not going to be strong enough. It's not going to, I think, create much, if any, problems for areas further east. Some light accumulations of snowfall through maybe parts of the Ohio River Valley and the Appalachians before it skirts away. The storm that is more interesting to me is the one that's going to follow it. And let me see if I can't go ahead and load that in. And this is storm number 2 now. And we're going to focus on Wednesday over the northeast. There it is, low pressure deepening. This is the European forecast model deepening rapidly. Now, the latest Euro has it a little further north where you could get significant snows into southern New England as well. And I'm going to show you those snowfall amounts coming up in just a couple of moments. Again, this will be a short weather update focusing on what's happening now, but also focusing on what's coming down the pipe. Let's take a broader look at things. This is the Great Lakes. Wednesday snow begins. Could it affect portions of the lower Ohio River Valley? Yeah, I think you can have an inch or two of snow, southern Indiana, maybe northern Kentucky. Wednesday, and then that storm quickly moving off to the east and north. Main impacts, again, Mid-Atlantic, maybe into southern New England. Pretty potent low pressure system right there. As mentioned, I'll bring those snowfall totals for you following these forecast maps. You're looking at the European forecast model. One last look at this, kind of a broader view of that storm. Well, this is actually storm number 1 that we're taking the broad view. So let's go ahead and jump on into some snowfall totals. I'll see if we have any questions or comments while we're on here. So this is European forecasted snowfall totals for this storm. We've already got verification as much as 6.5 inches, and that's very well noted here by what the European is showing. Let's take a broader view here. As we take a look, this is system number 1 and number 1 only, where it's trying to bring maybe an inch or two southern Kentucky, northern Tennessee. Heavier pocket of snow possible with this system that will arrive later on tonight, early tomorrow, into portions of West Virginia, higher terrain. So system number 1, some decent snow. The higher terrain, Snowshoe, West Virginia, could be in business with this first one. Now it's the second one that looks like it's going to bring more impacts, more snow. Take a look at this. All right, snowfall. Broad perspective. This is between now and next Friday. Whoa. Okay, you can't miss that. This is specifically for the midweek storm, where you're looking at parts of Pennsylvania, according to the Euro, 2 feet. 2 feet of snow. Dee Dee says it looks good for me. Where are you at, Dee Dee? Paul on here. Video looks sharp. Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think Jim asked if the video was blurred. I think most everybody is seeing everything okay. So Wednesday could be a big day for snow lovers across the Mid-Atlantic. Here's a closer up look, and this is going to be impactful because I really think this is focusing on that corridor from DC up Interstate 95 to New York City. This looks like it is your storm. We've got 3 days to watch it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is Wednesday and into Wednesday night. But if this is right, could be a big difference in snowfall totals from north to south. You might be the capital district of New York, maybe near Albany, maybe Buffalo or Rochester. You could get little to no snow. But a short distance to the south, you enter into New York City area, Philadelphia, Baltimore, DC, 1 to 2 feet possible. Now keep in mind, New York City especially, we'll have to watch the track of that low, because if it jogs even just a skosh further north, you're going to get enough warming that's really going to reduce the amount of snow for New York City. All right, it's 8:05. I've already gone past my 10 minutes, but I did want to at least reference the other storm that is out there. We'll do one final radar update here in just a couple of moments. That's storm number 2. As I was promising you, I want to pull up data for that third system, at least mention the third, which not all the models are agreeing on the timing of or the placement, but that looks like it's going to occur over the course of the weekend. Here you go. Take a look at this. So this is the GFS, and we go forward in time. So we are now looking at next weekend. Saturday, it's keeping it mainly rain, but look at the low. Look where it develops, right on top of New York City. That means there could be a potential, and some of the models are showing that potential for there to be more cold air, more snow. Clearly, it's not showing in this particular run, but there is a storm of interest. This will be for next weekend. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it here. I just want to point out that there's 3 storms. There's the current one. We'll go back over to radar. I think we'll go back to radar. I've got the warning information for you. Okay, turn national radar back on. There it is. Storm number 1 here. Storm number 2 just now making its way into the western United States. We showed you that. And we can show you that as well from a satellite perspective, and then I'll show you those jet stream winds one more time as well. So this is storm number 2. This is the one that's going to pack the punch for sure. That'll be a strong system midweek this coming week. And let's come back on over to our radar, showing the enhanced infrared radar imagery, showing that it's a busy pattern. And again, with winter officially arriving about a week from now, I think we're going to be arriving in style in many cases. I've heard a lot of complaints from people, snow lovers especially. They want to get it going. Where's my snow? It was a little later this year. Typically for New York, you get 1 or 2 good ones before Christmas. We haven't had one yet. But that could change with this. All right, so here's the jet stream that goes along with that. System number 1 located right here. So this is, oh, no. Let me get that back. Here's system number 1. There you go. That's the southern tier, south central U.S., system number 2 on the immediate coast. And then we look beyond that. system number 3, almost kind of like a train of storms now arriving. We do have a good deal of cold air in place. It will be enough again to cause quite the wintry mess here later on this week. That being said, we'll do a final check of any comments that are on here, and then we'll bring this down for a close. I wanted to make it 10 minutes. I'm going to make it 15. Go figure. Vicky on, thank you very much. She says, blurred for me in Webster. Okay, so you're not seeing it the video quality not great. I'm hearing most people it looks very good or sharp, so I'm not sure why the difference. Maybe, Vicky, you can check your internet connection. Okay. All right, well, that's about all I've got to report. It's a busy time. We'll be watching those systems very closely this week. I will have more information during the regular show tonight. That's WxLive at 8:45. That's a Facebook platform, generally. But come on over. We'll talk about Western New York weather, the Rochester forecast. But in the meantime, you can see where we've got winter storm warnings that are in effect across northwestern sections of Arkansas. Winter weather advisories elsewhere across portions of the southern plains, and then new warnings issued for some of the higher terrain across the central Appalachians. As the storm moves east, it's going to kind of weaken. It won't be that big of a deal. All right, that's it. We'll be back with a live at 8:45. This is on Facebook. Come on over to my Facebook page if you haven't already. I meant to include that. Oh, here's my social media information. Look me up. Be sure to share this program. Like it if you got something out of it. And then leave me a comment. We will be looking for ways to make this a more informational segment, one that we'll be doing more regularly as we go forward here into the winter months. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Parler, obviously here on YouTube, and more recently on Rumble. Looking for ways to get more involved on that new platform, Rumble, which of course it's well, their claim to fame is they don't censor, and I think that's a good thing, not a bad thing. All right, guys, thank you for being here. I will see you hopefully tonight, WxLive at 8:45. Leave your comments. I'll come back, and I'll check those at a later time. All right, take care. We'll talk to you soon.